Julian Barnett from London, talking to you from Repton Boxing Club. This is a remarkable and unique institution, nestled deep in the back streets of the East End, Cheshire Street to be exact, only half a mile from the City of London, yet it could be a world away. I'd like to tell you just a little bit about this remarkable institution before we go in. It was founded in 1884 by Repton Boarding School, which was and is a school in Derbyshire for really pretty well-off pupils of the time, still to this day. And they felt, no problem at all, and they felt a real sense of noblesse oblige, of obligation, that noble birth brings obligations. They were born into wealth, into privilege, and they felt they had to do something for the society that was less fortunate than them. So what was their debt? How would they pay that debt? They would come from Derbyshire down to London, to the poorest parts of London, and they would teach the young men at that time, now it's men and women, how to box, to channel the energies, and often the boredom, and often the unemployment, and certainly the poverty of those young people into boxing. This was the very first place to do it, and it is the oldest boxing club in the UK, with over 300 victories in all types of boxing tournaments, both amateur and professional, to its name, just in the last 30 years. It is an incredible institution. Membership is £2 a month, which just shows how its vocation and its purpose is still exactly as it was designed for, to really try to bring something to the underprivileged people of this area, the deep East End of London. I'm going to take you in now to that club, and what you will pick up is the intensity of the place and the fact that everybody is on task. The club has real strong principles based upon no guts, no glory. In other words, people have to really dedicate themselves. They have to really say to themselves, I'm going to win, I'm going to do this, but it's going to come through hard work, and that's what the club does. It also demands utter respect from the members of the club, all the young men and women in the club, to the instructors. One piece of bad language, one piece of disrespect, they get a warning. Second strike, they're out. And I'll be speaking to Dave Robinson a little bit later, and he might say something about that as chairman of the club. Okay, in we go. You can see a lot, as soon as we're in, you can see that a lot of the people boxing are with their parents. So there's lots of parents there who are spectating, who are encouraging, but many of the people that are coming are not with their parents. They're coming simply from the area around. Follow me and I'll explain what I mean. You'll also see lots of activities going on. Some are individual, some are group activities, and over the course of every night of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there's different activities for different evenings. You will also notice how in some ways this place is a complete time warp, yet at the same time, although it's seemingly lacking in that very polished gym look, it makes up for its intensity and in the expertise of the trainers. Follow me through, and I'm just going to let the camera show it all. I'm not going to talk, I'm just going to let the camera show it all. But follow me. Isn't this amazing? Just look how concentrated people are, how intense they are. So we've come away from the ring now, and we're coming in to where there's individual training going on.
Double jab. Double jab.
And just look at those walls over there, absolutely plastered with the champions of many generations from Repton Boxing Club. They are amazingly proud, rightly so, of what they've achieved in what is a very tightly controlled budget in a relatively poor neighbourhood, yet what they've achieved is something remarkable. You can also see how the area is actually quite small. We have walked from one side of the club to the other, yet that's it. It is in effect two large rings, and one training room at the side. Yet that's all it is. Yet what they achieve here is really extraordinary, and that is done through discipline and through a complete dedication of the staff to the club. as Dave will point out to you when we speak to him, these people, the people that work here, are not highly paid. It's run as a charity. It gets money from donors, and it just has that calling, that vocation, that they have a duty to the community, which is precisely what it was set up to achieve. Okay. I want to be in your way. Are you okay? Okay. That's the famous sign. No guts, no glory. Coined by, was it coined by Dave? I think it was. Coined by Dave, I think, in a completely off-the-cuff comment, and it just became the motto of the place. Am I right? It was coined by Dave? Yeah. Yeah, it was coined by Dave. One more view I want to show you. Come and have a look at this.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Okay. So how about that for an amazing training room? So you've got people skipping exercises, but note, look at that. Take it in again. Just look at that training room. It's the most basic of.
Sorry, ma'am. Thank you.
It's the most basic. It's the most basic of facilities. Yet they train champions here. It's almost Spartan in the way they do it. But because the whole concentration is on the training, the respect for the instructors and the traditions of the club. Just look at that. Fantastic, eh? Fantastic. Let's go and meet Dave. Thank you very much. This is the legendary Dave. Thank you, Dave, for giving us the time.
My pleasure.
I've got one question to ask you. Why is this place so important?
This place is iconic. We are the oldest boxing club in the UK, probably in the whole of Europe. Any lad who wants to move on in boxing will come to the Repton. We've had countless international boxers, world champions. We've had the most top trainers here. So anyone who wants to move on into big Commonwealth or Olympics or European champions, they come here. They get the best treatment.
I have to tell you, what this club does, not just for the kids that come and box here, but just for the society around, is incredible. For the community, is incredible.
Boy can come in here, he's never boxed, he's a bit wayward. All we say to him is simple words are, you give me respect my trainers, and away you go. And we never have a problem. Never have a problem at all. The lads, they turn up here, they want to come here, they look forward to it. If they do well, it's a trip up the road or to Ireland, or if they even do better, it'll be a trip abroad or maybe America. And that's what they strive for.
So is there any way you could become Prime Minister or Home Secretary with that success rate?
Well,
could this become government policy?
Well, I see things that I hear on the TV, and I just honestly think they're on another planet, because they need to come here. This is in the Repton. It's raw. You're in the heart of the East End of London, and everything here you see is real, and we understand what's going on out there, and we just think these politicians and councillors, whoever they are, just on another planet as far as we can see it.
Bloody right.
Yeah, because our lads, there's some lads out there, you know, rough and tough lads. They've all got the thing, and that sensible thing called respect, and look after themselves at the same time.
Dave, music to my ears. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for your time today and for everything you do.
Okay. Thank you,
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is Julian interviewing George. I'm just going to ask George a bit about the club. George, what brought you here? What did you get out of it? And just tell us about your life here at the club.
It was just, ever since I was like little, I went into a pub where, you know, Charlie Rumble?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he was like he owned the pub, and he let me put all these belts on and like his medals and stuff. And ever since then, when I was like 5, I just always thought I wanted to be a boxer and like wanted to win stuff.
You've been at this place, coming here since you were 5?
You know, I wasn't allowed to start when I was 5. I started when I was 8, but ever since I was 8, and now I'm 17.
Wow. To you, what does the club stand for? I mean, I know it teaches boxing, but what do you say are the values of the club? What do you get out of it, and so on?
It just like you get the buzz from winning. Obviously, you get like you meet new people. Like people come from all over the country just to spar people from this club and stuff like that. And then it also stops you from like getting in trouble with other things. Like people that I know people that have left this club from when they was little, when they was my age, and now they're gone on to do like bad stuff. It just keeps you like concentrating on what you need, what you want to do and stuff.
You've just stuck with it.
Yeah, just keep your mind to it. And just
amazing. George, Thank you very much indeed. I'll shake your hand, I'll shake your glove.
Cheers.
Thank you very much. This is Maisie Rose, and she's going to tell us a bit about the Repton. Maisie, what brought you here? What did you get out of it? And what are the highs and lows?
So I've been boxing for I'm 19, so I've been started when I was 7, so about 12 years. And the Repton, you've always known of the Repton, do you know what I mean? If you know boxing, you know about the Repton, yeah? Anyway, so about 2-3 years ago, I wanted a change of heart. I wanted to be pushed, beat up a little bit, you know, like. So I come down here, and honestly, I fell in love. I fell in love with the place. Like, you walk in, and it's like you're walking through history.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? Like, look at the things. I could spend days looking at all this, and there'd be people I don't even know in there. And it's like, there, it's wicked. Do you know what I mean?
The atmosphere. It's the total atmosphere. There's almost a romance.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So it's done you've been here, what, 12 years? You've been boxing? Boxing 12 years.
I've been here for about 2-3.
So why this place more than other places? Because there's plenty of other places you could go to.
Because women's boxing, it's on the rise at the minute, but a few years ago, even down here, it wasn't allowed, do you know what I mean? Like, you go, I'm a women boxer, people have like heart attack. They're like, oh my God, what are you doing? But now, it's like a family. We've got about 8, 9, 10 girls down here now, and a few years ago, Repton didn't allow girls. Do you know, like, so it's on the rise. Massive family, that's what I can say, massive family.
Amazing. I swear we did not pay her to speak like this about Repton Club. We just bumped into her there. Thank you very much indeed. Respect to you.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
Thank you. Bye-bye. Right, Julian again. This is Abs. This is Manuel. They are 2 fathers in the club, so their kids are boxing here. Are they up here, just round the back?
No, they're not. They were up there, but now they're
doing ground boxing.
Okay, so I'm going to ask these 2 dads what they get out of the club, why it's good for their sons, why they come to watch them. That's it. Tell us.
Okay, first of all, this is, as you know, the one and only, the most famous club in London, home of the champions. Repton Boxing Club goes back from way back, God knows, 1800s.
1884.
1884. And it's produced champions after champions after champions. And this is the place to be. If you want your kid to progress in boxing and become a better boxer and the rest, this is the place to be.
You can't get better than that. Dave's going to have to pay you for that. Go on, what you got?
keeps the kids off the streets, basically. It keeps the kids off the street. You can see what's happening. You can come here. You can see what's happening. You can see how your kid's progressing from when he first come until now. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, really good club. Really good club.
You could have 100 Reptons in London. Wouldn't that make a difference to things?
A big difference to the kids. A lot of kids will be off the streets because it's hard. Training's hard. You haven't got much. You haven't got anything else to do afterwards. You're too tired. You're knackered. Put all your work in the training and then you go home. Eat, sleep, train, repeat.
A way of life.
Way of life.
Thank you, gents. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. So, Abs and Manuel's sons are in this room boxing. I'm not sure who they are, but I mean, just look at this scene going on here. It's just amazing. Look at the trainers. Look at the respect the trainers are getting. They are concentrated. They are focused. The intensity of this place is really something to be believed. It's all right. It's all right. Help yourself. So that's it. The Repton Boxing Club, a unique place, and it is one of those wonderful pockets of London that most people never get to see. Thanks all.
Go!